How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good. Tom Crash. We're going to talk a little bit about Angel Talks and Leviathan Project and stuff like that. But let's start off, I guess, in your early days. Was the first band you were part of was Gunshy?
Yeah. That's I would say that's probably the first band. It was in I don't know, 91-ish, I would say.
Uh-huh. And how was that band? More glam?
We were hard rock, I would say, but it was, 90, 91, so there was some probably hairspray or eyeliner in there
Huh?
somewhere, I suppose.
Yeah. Wow, wow. Did you have any releases?
We did. We had one called After Dark. I have to think about it. It's been so long, and we released it back then on an independent label. I think they're called Dream Disc,
Right.
and then sometime in the '90s we released it on a label called Perris Records. We did a re-release with some extra tracks,
Cool, cool.
and we actually just got back together, the original lineup, and we recorded a new song, which is coming out September 10th, I believe.
Cool, cool. Paris is a good people there. Tom is a good guy, you know?
Yeah, they really like that kind of music, and I've kind of lost touch with them over the years, but I see they're still around and doing stuff.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Same thing. I lost touch for a while. We were doing a lot with them, and then I don't know whatever happened, but I'm back in touch with him again. So it's good talking to him. Tell me a little bit about American Sugar Bitch. Actually, I think I have the CD of that. Tell me a little bit about that band.
Yeah, they heck, I think they put out 3 or 4 CDs, 2 of them while I was in the band. That was Dave from Rough House. Do you know
Right.
Dave?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, from Rough House Tees. And Matt Nardo, the guy who I work with a ton, he was in that band too. That's where I met him. And we had a couple different drummers, and it was a rock and roll band, but with an image. Like if you've ever seen Dave and Teaser Rough House, he's very theatrical,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, it was just a lot of fun. Yeah, we dressed up, and it was heck, it had to be mid 2000s, so I don't know what we were trying to do.
Uh-huh.
you know, we couldn't get arrested actually. So,
Wow. Wow.
but
Cool, cool. After that, I guess was Sin. I think you put out two CDs or two releases, Jailbait and Can't Leave You Alone. Are they the two?
yeah.
Right?
Sin was around the same time-ish as American Sugar Bitch, maybe a
Right.
little bit before, a little after. So the Jailbait, that was on Paris Records also.
Right.
And yeah, that was around the time of American Sugar Bitch because Dave's wife designed the cover for that for us. And that was me trying to front a rock band, and it turned out more punk just because I can't sing worth a crap. So, we had, again, 2007, 2008, couldn't get arrested.
Right.
But it was fun. I enjoyed that too.
Right. Right. Also, you did something that said Sleeze demo number one. Can you tell me anything about that?
Yeah, that was kind of the beginning of Sin. I had recorded, I don't know, 10, 12 songs. I was living in Montana for a while and did everything myself with the drum machine. And then when I moved back to Jersey, we recorded Jailbait, and then we kind of just did whatever, and then Can't Leave You Alone. I think I put that out independently, and that was just which I'll probably get to next. That was when I went on the road with Britny Fox, and I wanted to make extra money, and I needed some quick merchandise, so I threw that CD together, and that's it is what it is.
Cool, cool. Now you changed the name of that band to Dead Star Factory. Can you tell me why?
I guess we were just trying to follow trends, maybe change our image a bit,
Right.
make the songwriting a little bit less abrasive,
Right.
and just I mean, it's basically the same band. We were just tightening up the songs, and again, kind of looking at gosh, you might know better than I, but I think that might have been around the time like when Buck Cherry was coming out, and
Right. Yeah.
you know, maybe just trying to, like I said, fit in a little more, if you will. Plus, it's a fucking retarded name, and you know, it's just dumb.
Yeah. Yeah.
But again, I had fun, so it's fine.
Cool. Cool. And then you released the solo CD.
Probably somewhere in there too, yeah, of me trying to play regular music, regular rock music,
Uh-huh.
which eventually turned into Crash and the Etceteras. But yeah, because I mean, you know how it is. The older you get, you learn to like all styles of music, and as a musician, you're like, hey man, what happens if I try to write a song that sounds like Paul Westerberg? You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool. Cool. Now, you joined Britny Fox about 2006, 2007.
Yeah, I think Billy and I started recording some stuff in 2006, and then um, I don't know, he had a harebrained idea to bring Fox back on the road,
Right.
and you know, I was kind of there by default, so that's how that happened.
Right. Right. You did in 2019 Britny Fox acoustic sessions.
Yeah, that was the kind of a continuation of what Billy and Tommy and I had started. Tommy Perris
Right.
in 2006. Our intention was to do some acoustic versions of the Bite Down Hard songs, and you know, make a CD and have, you know, have some cool merch just to sell to the fans in 2007. But we ran out of time, and Tommy never quite finished his vocals. And I had all these tracks sitting around for years, and you know, I'm obviously a big fan of Britny Fox, and I just thought, hey, I should do something with them. And, you know, something people might want to hear, and you know, it's just a cool little piece of the history. That's it.
Cool. Cool. What's your relationship with Deko?
I think I met them or hooked up with them, geez, probably 3 or 4 years ago. They put out Leviathan project
Right.
for me. They've released 4 of those records for me. So I think you said, you know, Charlie and Bruce, right? Or just interviewed them or something.
Yeah, about an hour ago.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, they're great guys. They're easy to work with. Very fair. Yeah, so it's cool.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, he was mentioning in our interview he wants to do a Deco Fest. So that might be interesting, you know, having a whole bunch of
Doing
bands.
something in North Jersey, huh? I'm
Yeah.
guessing, or New York.
Yeah. Yeah. He was just mentioning
Yeah,
about it. So that could be something pretty cool, you know.
yeah, that's great. Those guys, man, they sure plug away with it. They got a lot of passion for it, and God knows how they make any money doing this, you know. But that's it's cool, you know. I'm glad they're around doing it because there's not many people
Yeah.
anymore putting out physical stuff.
Wow. Now is the Leviathan Project still a band? It's still going?
Yeah, yeah, that's something I'll probably always do. As you know, Tim Owens is in it, and
Right.
Tim's, you know, thankfully really busy with KK's Priest, which is cool. And you know, but he's always comes home and, you know, sings a song here or there. And we just put out an album, I think back in April, a full album, and you know, that's a lot of work. So we're just writing some singles here and there, and we're going to put out a new EP. Of more of our horror theme songs. We did Phantoms Volume 1 last October, so we're going to do Volume 2 this year.
Right.
And we're putting together, I don't want to say a greatest hits CD because, you know, we haven't been around that long, but it's a compilation of the songs that are really just the heavy rock songs, because our catalog has some variation in there with some instrumental stuff. So I wanted to give the people, you know, just the opportunity to have one package with all like the real hard rock songs, because that's really what we are as a hard rock metal band.
Let's go into Angel Talk. Tell me a little bit about that band.
Um, Angel Talk is something that Matt Nardo and I started, and Matt, who I'd mentioned, I met an American Sugar Bitch, and he really helped me get Leviathan project off the ground, and he does a ton on that. He's, you know, he does all the scratch vocals for Ripper. He plays bass, does some lead guitar. So him and I are really big fans of you know, the 80s hard rock scene, bands like Vane, Badlands,
Right.
Faster Pussycat, you know, and all the big ones. So we thought it'd be fun just to, you know, write a couple songs or see if we could write any good songs anymore that sounded that style and had the same cool guitar tones. And we put out a few singles, Angel Talk did, and Dave was part of that for a while too, Weekly. And we put out a couple singles, and then we all got pulled in other directions because we have, you know, our main bands going on. Like Dave's got Rough House and his solo thing, and
Right.
Matt and I had Leviathan. So that was the start of the original Angel Talk.
Right. Is that a complete band? Is anything about shows coming up for that? It seems like it's getting pretty much notoriety.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because when Matt and I had started it, you know, we, like I said, we put out a couple songs and, you know, whatever, a few people liked it, but it didn't really seem to catch on, which was fine because, you know, we enjoyed doing it. And then once I kind of I kind of reorganized the project, you know, just reframed how it was presented and put out that EP last week, I think.
Right.
And yeah, people in the, you know, I don't know what, 46 to 62-year-old male demographic, they love it.
Yeah.
They really love it. And you know, so I think I finally found like the sweet spot where that music talks to people. So I'm excited about it. As far as live shows, who knows? You know, as I mentioned before in all the previous bands, I've played out a lot, you know, and
Right.
it's okay. I love the studio. I love writing songs. I love trying to get good drum sounds and do that stuff. The playing out thing in a club, you know how it is.
Yeah.
It's all right. I don't love it. Someone like Ripper, he can go play in a club and then he can go play at festivals with KK Priest, and he's happy either way.
Right. Yeah.
I'm just not a road dog, you know.
Yeah. Are you getting a lot of feedback right now for Angel Talk?
Yeah, I mean, I put it up on. I work with this guy Rod, who's kind of got a little promotions company, and he helps different small artists out with projects. He helped me put it up on Bandcamp, and the idea was that just to before we made physical product and sunk money into that, see if
Right.
anyone liked it. So we did something on Bandcamp where we put the 4 main songs out, and then if you download it, which is hard to do for people our age, I've
Right.
discovered recently. If you download it, you get 2 additional tracks. We have a live track from rehearsal, and we have a Britny Fox cover song we did. And yeah, people have actually been downloading it. They've been, you know, streaming it. So it's good. It's encouraging to want to keep moving with it. And we already have 2 more songs recorded, pretty much done. So, but the general consensus is that everyone wants a CD.
Yeah. Yep. I'd rather have vinyl to tell you the truth, but
Well, maybe you should call Charlie at Deko and say, "Hey, man,
I'll talk
got
to
to
him.
make some, yeah, to make some vinyl." No, I get it. I mean, you know, vinyl, it's just the investment. You know, I think enough of us musicians my age got burned back in the day where we ordered 1,000 or 2,000 CDs, and then we end up with 750 sitting on the coffee table putting drinks on them,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know. So I'm not really in the business of losing money. I like to break even,
Right. Yeah.
and you know, I make a little money off this thing, but you know, I certainly don't want to uh, buy a few hundred CDs and have most of them sitting in my garage.
Right.
um, you know, because it's not like the old days. I mean, honestly, with Angel Talk, if you sell a couple hundred, that's like a platinum record. You
Right.
know.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. I
Yeah.
feel like that style of music, needs to make a comeback and stuff like that. Because I mean, most of the people our age like that stuff. So it's definitely a diverse catalog you have. You go from a Leviathan project to Angel Talk, completely different styles of music. So at least you're getting to do, I guess, everything you like.
Well, I mean, that's a good thing about technology is that we can all record in different places. Like Leviathan, we had, you know, Tim recorded his studio in Ohio. I'm in Orlando. Matt's in Philly, and Vinny Appice, he did the drums. He's in Phoenix, I think.
Right.
So you can record an album, and it's, Is it the ideal way to do it? I think for me it is. I'm not a big fan of hanging around with people for a long time and
Right,
sitting in a dumb studio getting raped, at $100 an hour.
right, yeah,
It's good. So I can do it at my own pace. And if the album comes out good, that's because of me. And if it comes out crappy, it's because I did a bad job.
right,
It's all total control. And at this point for what I'm doing, it's a hobby to a degree. It's not like any of us involved are
right,
hoping to make a living off Angel Talk,
right, yeah.
you
Wow.
know.
Do you feel independently is a better option than going with a more known label?
Me personally, I would rather have a label do everything.
Right,
I'd rather say, pay me what you can when you can, rip me off, whatever. I just want to get the music out to the people that, because it's verification that we did something cool. And like for Angel Talk, everyone's like, I want a CD. And to do it independent, then I have to get it manufactured. I have to schlep to the post office to send
yeah,
all the copies. And I don't really want to do it. Like I said, I would rather someone just takes all the profit and makes more and sells more than they tell me and just get it out there.
yeah, yeah,
So we're in the process. We've gotten a couple people say, hey, we'd be interested in looking at this. But again, the Angel Talk thing's a 6-song EP. I got a couple more songs that we just finished. So I don't know. Does anyone want an EP? It turns out everyone that likes it would want it on CD. So,
right,
hey man, if you know anyone that wants to dip their toe in it or it's a good fit, send it my way. Because quite honestly, after Leviathan, I'm just so burnt on doing like the promotion of the business that I don't even want to send an email to a record label
right, yeah,
and fucking beg them to put this out. It's
yeah,
not that I'm beyond that. I'm just like, oh, So
yeah,
right now it sits on Bandcamp.
yeah. Well, it's a lot of work networking. Even like this interview, it's not like 5 minute job. You got to go to Instagram. You got to go to all these other places just to network your stuff. And it must be even worse trying to sell a CD.
Yeah, I mean it's cool. Don't get me wrong, I love it, but honestly, I think the big hang up for me is going to the post office. I hate fucking
Oh,
going
me
to the
too.
post office.
Me too.
It's like the worst place, worse than Walmart, dude.
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean, if I can, I'll pay to make all the CDs if I can just get someone to mail them for me.
yeah,
Maybe I should pay a high school kid in the neighborhood, but we'll see. I mean, I think this will come out on CD at some point. Vinyl is a whole nother story, because you look at someone like Deko. I don't know. I think their business models changed quite a bit since I've met the guys.
right,
And how do you make money at this? What kind of label is going to want to put out an Angel Talk EP? How are they going to make money? I just had a long conversation with the PR guy the other day, and he was trying to sell me on PR services, and
right,
I'm like, well, so you make your $1,500 up front,
right.
and that's kind of one and done thing. And
Uh-huh.
I'm not, I'm not really looking for that at the moment.
So tell me what the pros and the cons are going into music if you're a new band.
Oh, I don't think there's any cons really.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's great. I mean, I just love doing it. And with technology now, it's so much easier to work. I guess the only con is if you're really, really, it's in your blood and it's kind of like a curse, like you have to do it. So you go work a regular job and then you come home every day and you're mixing that snare drum, or you're like, oh, the guitar's a little too loud. And it's like, fuck, I wish I could just be a regular guy sometimes. But
Yeah,
no, it's great. I love it. I think we all do that do this, you
right.
know.
Is basically everything done on WAV files now instead of being together?
Oh yeah. So well, the Angel Talk, some of us were together with that, but like the Leviathan record, I would do I don't know, I would demo up the whole thing with Matt Nardo and send it to Ripper,
Right.
with the guide vocal, and then Tim would do like 10 vocal tracks. So he sends me 10 wave files back,
Right.
and I mix it, and then Vinny would, I would program all the drums, have a drum machine, and send it to Vinny, and he learns it and he plays it, and he sends me back like 10 different wave files. Each file has the snare, the drum, and the kick drum, and
Right.
all that. So you just mix it. So
Right.
it's pretty cool. I mean, I love the way of doing it.
Oh, cool, cool. Is there any personal goal you like to reach as a musician?
Well, if you'd asked me when I was 19, it would have been to make a living out of
Right.
this, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I don't, I just, it's a little baby step goals. It's like getting a great guitar tone. Like if I listen to, I don't know, Little Fighter by White Lion, and I hear Vito's guitar tone, I'm like, man, it's really good. Let me crank up all my amps and stuff, and let me work on that. And then you're writing a good song. That's a goal. But like you ask, is there a con to this? And it's like, well, I do this because I have to, because
Right.
there's something that's driving me to my studio, to saying, hey, plug in your guitar and play. So if I'm going to do it, I would try to write good songs. And that's where, like I said, my partner Matt, he's just great, easy to work with. He's all set up with technology, because it's amazing. There's still a lot of guys out there that don't have computers in their studio, and they can't work with you.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like trying to find a drummer for Leviathan's second record. Like, Vinny was a godsend. I got turned on to him through Charlie at Deko.
Uh-huh.
Because I talked to a lot of different drummers, and they're like, well, my buddy's got a studio down the street, or blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, fuck, man, that's just not, like, when I want to work pretty quick and efficient,
Right. Right. Right.
So.
Is there anything coming up in the plans for you for the rest of the year?
Well, like I said, what is it now? August? Angel Talk CD with some more songs on it by the end of the year. I think that's totally doable.
Right.
Had the reaction not been as good as it really was to it, then I would probably just keep on writing more songs and do that. But I think there's enough people I would like to have it on CD. I'd like to have it on CD too. So I love that stuff. Like I said, Leviathan Project in October, we'll have another EP of just horror theme songs, and we'll probably have one new song on there too. That'll just be digital.
Right.
And then we're probably going to do to Bandcamp that compilation I was talking to you with, also some bonus. We already have some rehearsal bonus stuff on there. And I think that's enough for the year. It'll keep me busy. Yeah.
Cool. What's your feeling about, everybody they want vinyl now. What's your feelings about that?
Oh, I think it's cool, man. I love collecting stuff. I collect a lot of junk, random stuff. And I have quite a bit of records that I've collected. And, they probably sit there collecting dust more than I actually have time to pull them out. But they're great, man.
Right.
They're really cool. And, it's like I said, I like collecting stuff. So sometimes it's fun to go to a record store and find that Kill, the Final Frontier in the back of a thrift store.
Right.
It's like, oh yeah, I don't know. I like it. And, I don't know how viable it is for new bands that don't have monster followings to put them out. Because I think last time I looked, you can get 100 vinyl records, basic ones, made for $1,000.
Right. Yeah. That ain't that
So,
bad.
No. I mean, if we did that, it probably most likely would be Leviathan down, because we have more reach just because we've been doing it longer, and I think having some sort of Tim's attachment helps too. Yeah, but I love it.
$1,000 ain't bad, but I'm an old man. I can't afford that shit.
Well, that's the thing. You spend $1,000, and what do you sell them for? $25,
right?
Maybe, and got to ship them. You got to pay the distributor, and hope there's no damage, and hope you sell 100.
Right. Yeah.
Because again, I'm not really in this business, if you call it that, to lose money.
Right. Right.
You know, I've probably done that enough.
Yeah. Matter of fact, Charlie was talking about that, about printing up vinyl and I guess working a deal with the bands and stuff. And he says if they don't sell them, we take them back. So like, you know, so it's a loss for the record company, not really for you, if that's the way they work. You know, so
Yeah, I think they work with every artist differently, but yeah, certainly if I wouldn't imagine any small record company's business model is going to front the money unless it's a known entity.
right.
You know, it's because it's too much risk, and you know, you release 10 records a year and you pay for all the vinyl and you sell half of them, you'll be out of business really fast.
So what band that you were in that you had the most fun out of? Britny Fox?
You know, that's probably where I learned the most,
Right.
and it gave me an opportunity to travel the country. Um, yeah, that was a lot of fun, and it kind of came out of nowhere. I was just supposed to help their manager kind of do some graphics and business stuff back home, but Michael, their original guitar player,
Right.
from what I understood, he didn't want to go and do that kind of tour. Understandably, he didn't want to travel the country in a church bus.
Right.
So I had been working with Billy, and Billy's like, "Hey, you want to do it?" I'm like, "Well, you know, I'm certainly not up to the level of what Michael's done. You know, Michael wrote all those leads,
Right.
but I'm like, I'll give it a shot." And um, you know, that everyone we met on the road, they really appreciated it, and it was nice to get that feedback. And you know, we had bigger crowds and nicer venues than just playing, you know, with the bands I had played before. But you know, American Sugar Bitch, we had a lot of fun too. We got to dress up like an idiot and do all kinds of like stage props and stuff. It was fun. So and you know, Gunshy was fun too, because it was the early 90s and there was always that hope, you know, we get that next big show, or we, you know, we had Gunshy had actually worked with Michael Kelly Smith from Britny Fox. He produced our record.
Right.
And you know, Michael hooked us up with some endorsements, got us in Kerrang, and that was an exciting time because we thought like, okay, you know, we're gonna make it, we're gonna get there. And then it was like 93, so of course the music, you know, I was wearing cowboy boots in 93, and Nirvana was just coming out, so it was dumb. It was bad timing.
Yeah.
But no, everything I did was pretty fun. Yeah.
What's the feeling like giving out autographs?
Oh, I was playing with Britny Fox.
Yeah, anybody.
I mean, it was mostly with them. It was cool. Again, you know, a lot of people, you know, from home and stuff, they shit on, you know, that version of Britny Fox or the version that's out now, because it's, you know, when I was with it, it was just Tommy, Perris, and Billy were the original guys, and you know, so you get a lot of flack from that. But when you're in there and the people at the shows, that, you know, they're really gracious. They're nice fans, just like I would go see. You know, if I wasn't playing with Britny Fox, I would have went to go see him, and you know, maybe got an autograph. I don't know. So it's just nice that, you know, you're making someone's life better for 2 hours, and it's cool. You know, it's like, yeah, I'll sign your shit. I'm nobody, but I'll sign it for you. You know, I think I might have signed a couple of the original albums, which was just like, really,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I was in high school when Mike was out there on tour, so that was.
Right.
But you know, whatever, it's fine. But since I don't, God, I can't tell you last time I played live, so I don't really interact with people a whole lot. I mean, other than sending Leviathan stuff out that people want autographed, but
Right.
you know,
Wow.
yeah, no, it's cool.
Cool. What was the last concert you attended?
Oh, that was House of Blues in Orlando. It was Ratt when it was Ratt.
Right.
So it was Stephen Piercy, you know, but as Ratt. And God, I think Warren must have been there. And was it Carlos playing the other guitar?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. It's weird, man. It's I don't love going to concerts anymore. I
Right.
don't like the crowds. Maybe
Right.
that's why I don't like the post office, you know.
Right.
But Yeah, I don't go to a lot of shows. I see Wednesday 13 is coming here to the Hard Rock September 3rd, and I really would like to go see that. It's funny, I remember when I met him, Britny Fox was on tour, and we played a sports bar in North Carolina where he lived, and there was like 10 people there.
Wow.
And yeah, and one of them was Wednesday 13. I'm like, well, hey, at least he's here. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
I photograph a lot of shows because I'm a photographer, and yeah, I can't stand general admission crowds because I'm not young. I'm going to be 66 this year, so like
Okay, sure.
like, but I have younger friends that go with me and they watch over me. So I got good friends out there. So if I'm in the front and they think I'm going down, they'll be to get me back up. But
Yeah.
that general admission doing pictures and stuff and like people pushing and it's difficult. And even like you guys, like when you're on stage, you're sweating your ass off, and it's not easy. So I congratulate you for that, man. So
Yeah.
great. Tom, it was great talking to you, and enjoy your career and stuff like that. Would you like to say anything to the fans out there?
Yeah, buy our buy our Angel Talk
Right.
on on Bandcamp, and then once we put the CD out, we'll have some cool extra stuff on it. So, or just listen to it for free, man, because I busted my balls with all this stuff. I put so much time into it, and it's got some. It's if you like Poison and Bane, and I think it's right up there. I think it's got that spirit to it. It's yeah. So go check it out. At least check out the first song, Red Hot. It's everyone will kind of dig that.
Yeah, I got the feeling. I forget what song it was, but I got the feeling of that band DAD. You know them?
I do know them. Didn't they have a song like "Waste Sleeping My Life Away" or something like
Yeah,
that?
that's the song I'm talking about. That's what one of the songs I got the feeling of that on one of your tracks for Angel Talk. So I thought that was pretty
Okay.
cool. Yeah.
I have to go back and listen to them. They were, I'm tell you, back in the day, I bought almost every cassette or every CD of that stuff. That was one band that never resonated with me.
Yeah.
So at least I know I wasn't copying them. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'll have to go check them out.
I definitely was thinking that because that's probably the only song I know by them.
Yeah, come to think of that song in my head, that's got a good hook, and
Yeah.
they had like a weird clean guitar part, I think, in the verses that wasn't glam and DeMartini in your face, and maybe at the time that's why I didn't connect with it. But yeah, I think it's probably the fourth song on there.
Right.
I don't remember the names. It's ridiculous, but go check out Red Hot.
Okay.
And if you
Cool.
like that one, go from there. Plus, if you do buy it, the bonus song, "Lonely Too Long," the Britny Fox cover, is really cool. That was one of my favorites to play live.
Right.
And that's why I put that on there. And I think Steven does an amazing job of singing that too.
Thanks a lot, Tom. I appreciate it.
Cool. Thank you, man. It was great meeting you.
Talk to you later, man.
All right. Bye.
Bye bye.